So today we are doing a OnePay beginner's guide. We're going to take you through the app and show you different settings and setups when it comes to using this app properly. So let's go ahead and load this up. And as we load this up, this is going to take us to our home page for our account. You can see here towards the bottom left, our home tab is also highlighted. Now, the first thing we want to keep in mind here are there are a couple different tabs here at the bottom, and we'll get through all of them individually so we can have a good understanding of what they all mean and how to get to certain features and functionalities. Now, of course, as you set up your account, you should have ordered your debit card, which means it will be on your way. We actually do have the opportunity, if you click on details here, to go ahead and have the details of when your card should be arriving. You do get access to a virtual card as well. And later here, I'm going to show you where you can click on to go ahead and add this card over to your Apple Wallet or even your Google Wallet as well. Now, of course, here towards the very top, you're going to see your cash balance. If you haven't had any cash just yet, there is going to be an option here to go ahead and just add money like you see here. And then once you have money, you can go ahead and see this new option that shows up that says move money. Now, moving money typically will involve moving between your debit balance as well as your savings balance, as well as having money going in direct deposited from your actual paychecks. And I'll show you all about that as well. Now, before we continue on, if you have yet to sign up for a OnePay account, we got some great news. We actually can get you a $50 bonus for signing up on your OnePay account, but only by using our special partner link in the show notes down below or heading over to truefinancials.com/OnePay. We'll also have a QR code here on screen if you'd like to go ahead and screenshot that or scan it directly with your phone. Now, that link does help support us out so we can continue to make more free content just like this for you. Now, depending on if you signed up with a special link like ours in the show notes down below, there are sometimes those nice sign up bonuses like this one here that will be $50. There are some limitations and requirements to hit, so just make sure you go through those in the time allotted to get that nice bonus. Now, one last important thing here on the front page is your credit score. If you want to go ahead and have that unlocked, you can choose to do so. And that way you can have an understanding of how your credit is doing. So those are going to be the main things on the front page. And the first thing we want to do while we're still on this main page is go to our section here that says add money. Now here in add money, the first thing it's going to ask you is how much you want to go ahead and add, and then where you want this to go into. So it is going to be by default into your debit card account. But if you tap here, you can also go into your savings as well, which depending on if you have a direct deposit, you will actually get a nice high APY on that savings account. Now, two things to keep in mind is if you want to have a regular transfer in, you can transfer any amount, such as $1 if you needed to. But if you want to transfer pretty instantaneously, you do need to transfer at least over $25. And I'll show you here on the next step by clicking continue. When it comes to choosing options on instant transfers, that will only be available with your Apple Pay or your Google Wallet, as well as the option to have a debit card on file to have that instant transfer. Now, what's great is there are no fees for this instant transfer into your OnePay account. If you do want to go ahead and do a regular transfer, you can choose the bank on file. Technically, this account just doesn't have the 25, but if it did have it available, it'll have this as an option to choose, and it'll take anywhere from 2 to 5 business days to transfer in. Now, if you don't have your bank account connected right over here, you can add it in real time. They use a software called Plaid to instantly connect your bank, and it is a safe software to utilize. And there are ways, and I'll show you in a bit, how to add additional bank accounts on file. So from here, if you want to go ahead and add, let's say with an Apple Pay, all you got to do is toggle here, choose this option here at the bottom that says add money with your Apple Pay. And then from here, it does instantly choose our Apple Cash, which we don't have any money in, but you can go ahead and change your payment method by choosing whichever card you want to pull from. And then once you choose the correct card that you'll have funds available from, you can just go ahead and double click on the side and have that money instantly added into your balance. Now we went back over here to the main page. We didn't add any additional money than what we already had for our example here today, but we just want to show you what it looks like to click on move money. Now from here, it always sets you up with an internal transfer. So if you wanted to go ahead and send, let's say the $5 you have in your account, you can do that. And then you can have it send from your OnePay debit and click on continue. And then it'll choose the only other option here, which will be the additional savings account you have. And then you can have that money transfer between the internal accounts. Now, if you want to withdraw this money or send it to an external bank, you can click over here towards the top that says to another bank. and you can go ahead and again put whichever dollar amount and where you want to pull it from. So in case you had that $5 in your savings or whatever dollar amount, you can pull from either one directly to another bank. Click on continue here at the bottom. And from here, you can go ahead and choose the bank account you have on file. You can see it takes anywhere from 1 to 3 business days for transfer. But if you wanted to go ahead and do a debit card similar to the instant transfer, we do need to have a higher dollar amount, which of course we don't actually have the funds right now. But if you had at least, I believe, over $20, you could do the instant transfer here with a debit card, and there is always going to be a fee. And the higher the dollar amount, of course, the fee is going to be increasing as well. I believe for $20, last I saw, it was like 35 cents. So relatively inexpensive, but keeping in mind, it still is a cost to quickly transfer out. Otherwise, you could do it entirely free with the bank on file. Now, what's nice is that movement is right over here towards the very top when it comes to adding money and transferring to other accounts or between accounts. But you can also go to your cash control here at the bottom with the arrows pointing up and down. And this will take you to a new section, but have very similar options, whether you want to add the money, move it between your accounts as well. You also have the option to deposit cash at a Walmart or even set up your direct deposit. So this right over here is where you can get your account number and your routing number as well, which is always really nice. And then from right over here, you can see where it says pay auto save, where you can actually set and forget every single time you get a payday. So you have money going into your savings account automatically. Now it does have options for global transfers. I haven't personally tried that just yet, so I don't know the different costs that incur, but keep in mind there most likely would be additional costs for global transfers. Now they do also have the one-to-one option here where you can transfer money to other users, but it is going to be, as of this recording, only other users that have a OnePay account. So there's no other way to be able to send money to another user that doesn't have this account. But what's nice is it's pretty easy. You have a QR code, you can scan theirs or they can scan yours, or you can find them through their username or phone number. Now, if you absolutely needed to get cash out of your account without having to transfer to another bank, down here towards the bottom, there is a way to get cash at a Walmart, or you can find an ATM, keeping in mind there are going to be fees involved. And we talked about earlier as well too, that if you wanted to add additional bank accounts or debit cards as well, you can actually do this right over here in your settings towards the bottom that says linked accounts. Let's click on this. And right over here is where you're going to see your linked accounts. You can remove accounts if you need to, but then also link additional accounts as well as debit cards. And keeping in mind, the debit cards will give you access for instant transfers in and out, but the out will additionally cost some fees. And there are a handful of bank account debit cards that won't do the instant transfer. So if that happens to be the case, just try another debit card you might have. Now back here on the settings for the cash control, if we go to one section over here where it says wallet, let's go ahead and tap on this. Now from right over here is going to be your OnePay debit card. And here's what's something really cool is it only takes a few minutes to open up your account with OnePay. But you also get your debit card pretty instantly when it comes to your virtual version. And you can add it to your Apple Wallet or even your Google Wallet as well by clicking into this section. And then here towards the bottom, there's going to be a swipe that you can go left or right over here on to go ahead and add to whichever device you're on to their wallet. You can also see your card's numbers in real time. Again, even if you just opened up your account, as you can see, this account actually doesn't even have its debit card officially in yet. And you can also manage your card here towards the bottom. So if you tap on here, you're going to see options for roundup features, freezing the card, changing the card PIN, as well as replacing it, or even having the ability to activate the card that you got from in the store. Now here back on the main wallet section, if you are by chance a Walmart shopper and you are wanting to pay with the OnePay because of some of the discounts and benefits that you get with it, from this section here, all you got to do is click on scan to pay. And then from here, your camera opens up and it says to scan the QR code to pay at any Walmart register. So just get it right inside of that box and it'll pull the money directly from your OnePay account. Now, another thing here in the wallet section is you can actually earn points with any linked cards, and you can learn more about the details. So if you do want to add additional cards over here, all you got to do is go towards the top section here, and you can see that little plus sign. If you click on this, this will give you the option to go ahead and enter additional card information, or you can go ahead and scan in those cards so they can get added to your wallet and potentially get you additional bonuses. All right, so we are again on the wallet section here on the app. If we go all the way to the right with the Earth icon and the word discover, this is going to take us to the discovery tab, which will give you different things to see and learn about, such as earning a high APY if you have direct deposit, potentially any additional cash back, any additional bonuses or savings that you can have. You could see different rewards as well by clicking show all. And you do need to activate some of these rewards like getting utilities or Burger King, or whatever else is currently on here at any given time, as these do rotate. And then here towards the bottom, you might see any kind of bonuses, whether it's setting up for yourself or even if you are referring friends or family members to sign up for an account as well. Now, towards the very top right-hand side, no matter where you are on the tabs, you're going to see the actual letters of your initials here towards the very top. Let's go ahead and click on this. And from here is going to be your profile information. So you're going to be able to see your account information, such as your name, linked accounts. And then over here, you're going to also see your documents. So if you need statements or tax documents as well. Plus, they also do have their support here that you can chat with them in real time. Now, inside of the account settings over here, let's just go ahead and tap on this. And then in this section here, as we mentioned, they have the personal information, linked accounts. You can also change your passcode as well as changing any notifications you get from your OnePay account. And if by any chance you need to sign out of your OnePay account, that's going to be here in your profile. And you can see it says sign out. Now, back here on the home page, you're going to see two more things that we hadn't talked about just yet. One of which is going to be your points over here. These are going to be the reward points that you get for setting up in your Discover page, as well as using your OnePay at Walmart. And then the other thing we want to talk about is here on the main page. If you scroll down just a little bit more, there is a section that says Discover More. You can see the OnePay Cash Plus, as well as the credit builder, which is allowing you to actually help you build credit. And it'll go over some stipulations on requirements, such as needing direct deposit with over $500 or $5,000 sitting in your account. So there are some limitations, but if you did need to go through that, you can directly inside of the app. Now, as I mentioned earlier, if you have not already signed up for a OnePay account, we got you covered. We can actually get you a nice $50 bonus when using our special partner link in the show notes down below, or heading over to truefinancials.com/OnePay. We'll also have that QR code here on screen for you to screenshot or scan with your phone directly. And that link actually does help support us out to continue to make more free content just like this for you. Now, speaking of free content, we actually have more to show you when it comes to using your OnePay account. So check out our next video right over here on screen to keep on learning.